Okay, well, I've been watching Prime Target on Apple TV Plus, which is a thriller. Great, you ask. What's it about? Secret agents, undercover cops, special forces? No, it's about mathematicians. Now, I need to declare some prejudice here. Like anyone who's ever pondered on the origins and workings of the universe, anyone who's ever asked themselves what makes the sun shine or why is the sky blue, I studied physics. And if you're going to study physics, you need to get your head around some maths. You need to be able to do partial differential equations and Fourier analysis and the rest, because that's the tool that you need to understand the universe. That's the language, I suppose, that the universe operates in. But if you want to just study maths and not do anything with it, I mean, that's just weird. That's like being interested in tools but not wanting to make anything with them. It's like wanting to learn how to play the piano, but, I don't want to play any Beethoven or Chopin or anything. I just want to know how to play it. I mean, it's strange, isn't it? Anyway, these mathematicians are at Cambridge University. And again, I should declare some prejudice. I studied at a much older institution. I mean, Cambridge University's only been around for, 800 years or so? I mean, that might feel like a long time if you're in your 20s. Oddly enough, when you get to your 60s, it still feels like a long time, but not quite so long. But anyway, actually, Cambridge University was founded by people who ran away from Oxford because it was too rough and too scary. Oh dear. Just goes to show we had snowflakes at universities even in the year 1209. Anyway, I've got off the point. You distracted me. So what I was saying, the premise of Prime Target is that if you do research into prime numbers, it risks the discovery of a system that would let you to get access to all the world's computers, which is something mathematicians might like to do. And there's something in that. I mean, clearly prime numbers are an essential part of computer encryption. But in this TV show, the risk is so great that they've got this team of unfeasibly good-looking agents spying on mathematicians to make sure they don't get too close to this prime numbers secret that would give them this access. Now, this team seems to be American, but they operate from the French Riviera. I mean, why is that? If I was an American, I'd want to know why my tax dollars are being spent sending this team to work on the south coast of France and not in some suburb of Budapest, Bremen or Birmingham, if it has to be in Europe for some data protection law. I mean, I think the real reason that these good-looking agents are in the south of France is so they can wear small amounts of flimsy clothing and dive into the azure waters of the Mediterranean. Anyway, someone is killing mathematicians and these agents to stop them closing in on this secret. And why? If you want to distract mathematicians, just give them some Bessel functions or tensor calculus to work out. That'll keep them happy. That'll keep them occupied till bath time, which in the case of mathematicians might be several months away. Now, the whole thing is silly, and I don't mind silly. For example, another show I've been watching, The Recruit, on Netflix, is about a young new hire to the CIA and various other characters that presumably the casting director thinks are stunningly attractive. Now, The Recruit is very silly, but it has style, it has pace, it has comic characters, the main guy's two sidekicks and a team in Arizona, that makes it, entertaining, it's watchable. But I do think that maybe the comic characters have been inspired by Slow Horses, which is also on Apple TV Plus. Now, Slow Horses is brilliant. I hope that whoever commissioned Slow Horses at Apple TV has had a promotion, while whoever commissioned Prime Target has had, some strong coaching, shall we say. Anyway, Slow Horses is a bit silly, but not as silly as Prime Target or The Recruit. It's clever, it's funny, it's got great characters. I mean, there's stereotype Russian baddies, the slimy creeps in the main MI5 building, and the slow horses themselves. Useless, messed up, or just unlucky. Roddy, River and the rest, all led, I'm not sure that's the right word, but all under the control of the amazing Jackson Lamb, who's just ghastly. I mean, he's an awful slob. But is there more to him? I really think the Jackson Lamb School of Management and Motivation would soon wipe Harvard Business School off the map. But there is one thing Slow Horses gets wrong, and this does annoy me. In one episode, there's a train from London that stops at Sevenoaks and Tunbridge Wells, but not Tunbridge. Now, if you're unlucky enough not to know the fine county of Kent, I should explain that Tunbridge is an ancient town. It's got a Norman castle. Sevenoaks and Tunbridge Wells, literally the wells near Tunbridge, are basically new towns, satellites that just sprung up in the last 200 or 300 years. And in the Slow Horses books, the grandfather, where they're going, lives in Tunbridge, not Tunbridge Wells. And actually, interestingly enough, some years back, the real head of the real MI5 did live in Tunbridge. And I know that because his kids went to the same primary school as my kids. So there's no train from London that stops at Sevenoaks and Tunbridge Wells, but not Tunbridge. Anyway, you got me distracted again. So, Prime Target, am I going to watch another episode? Well, even though I'm retired and the kids have grown up, do I really have time for another episode of Prime Target? Oh, maybe. The Recruit, well, I've nearly done season 1, and yes, I'll try season 2 to see if I can keep it up. But Slow Horses is my recommendation. You can watch it again and again. I mean, the stories, the characters, the settings, the grim Slough house itself. It's got Mick Jagger sings the theme song, for goodness sake. Also, the books that it's based on were written by an Oxford graduate. Just saying.